Hello folks, and welcome back to part 17 of my Minecraft Survival Let's Play series. I'm starting the episode today over here by the cowshed, because the cowshed is just one of many things that we've fixed since the last episode. If you remember in the last episode, this wasn't working properly because we've got a torch stuck in there. Somebody did suggest that we put water in it to put the torch out. I thought it was a brilliant idea. The only problem is raising the water level one meant that all of the cows died. Because they were too close to this fence post on top. So it has effectively solved the problem. There's no longer a torch in there. And we are now almost at the point where we've built back up to 24 cows again to get this working as intended. So fingers crossed that's not going to be a problem going forward. But we've done lots of other jobs since the last episode. Let's head into the house. I'll show you the next job. There's just been lots of little bits and pieces of job that we've been working on. So one other thing we've done is we've done a lot of mining. As you can see, we've got an awful lot of diamonds. Over 100. Is that over 100? That's just under 100 diamonds. And we got over 100 diamonds because we've actually used those diamonds to fashion some better armor. As you can see, our armor is looking pretty special now. The fortune pickaxe looking pretty special. We still don't have silk touch. But we have got a lot of very good gear now. We've got a silk touch axe. That's probably not much use. We've got some emeralds as well. Where did we get the emeralds from? I hear you ask, Mrs. Collin. You raise a very good point, Mrs. Collin, because we have done a significant building project since the last episode as well. You'll know that my long-term plan has been to convert our village that's over there into a trading village. I've not completely abandoned that plan, but I've semi-abandoned that plan because, as you can see, I've also built a trading hall. Now, full disclosure, I've built all of that off camera. The reason I built all of it off camera is because it is copied brick by brick from a tutorial. There was really no point showing you how to do this when someone else has already done a better job of it than I would. I'll link to the tutorial I followed down in the description below. I'm not actually completely finished putting all of the villages in it yet, so I'm going to show you roughly how it works. But you can see we've just got a selection of villagers in here. We've done a lot of trading with these villagers as well. This guy does a nice infinity trade for me. We might move our mending guy over into here as well, but the theory is we have lots of villagers who can do lots of trades right on my doorstep near my storage room. We do still have a plan for the village as well. I'll show you the plan for the village in a second, but we filled this side in. You can see we've accumulated a lot of emeralds through a lot of trading as well as we've been leveling these guys up. And we've still got these spots left to fill. So what we're doing to fill these is we've extended the monorail. You can see that the monorail is coming off the back there and into the back of each of these in turn. And that's linked all the way up to the villager breeder as well. So I'll show you how that links up in a second. And we're going to fill those last couple of spots up as well. We have a job for a future episode as well. There is a zombie spawner down here. Hold on, let me put my hat back on. Oh, I already did. There is a zombie spawner down here. We need to make a zombie XP farm. I've basically gone under all of the cave systems near the spawn and lit them all up. And as I was lighting them up, I found this in here. If we just knock that through, you can see we have a zombie spawner. I've never made a zombie XP farm. We're going to be making one pretty soon. Let me know down in the comments if there's a particular tutorial that would be worth me following for that. I know the general gist of what we need to do, but I want to make sure that I get the specifics right, especially because it's so close to the surface and so close to my house, my trading hall, the monorail. I don't want to cause disaster to happen. That's one of many jobs that we've got to do, actually. What I've actually done is set up in here. You'll have noticed this book's been here for ages. I finally started using it. We have a to-do list of things I want to do in future episodes. If you've got suggestions for things to add to the to-do list, again, let me know down in the comments below. If you think this is in the wrong order, let me know. So this is the rough idea that I think I'm going to do it in. I want to finish the trading hall. We should get that ticked off today. Then zombie farm will probably be the next episode. I want an iron farm because I've got a number of villagers who trade iron. So if I've got an infinite supply of iron, firstly, it means I've got lots of iron to do irony things with. But also it means I've effectively got an infinite supply of emeralds. So I can then use that to level up all of the other villagers for trading, which then means I've got instant access to lots of really cool stuff. And then the plan starts to become more about killing the dragon. I think we're going to be killing the dragon within the next 10 episodes. That's the plan. First, we need a house for Sir Anthony, my horse, of course. So that'll happen before that. An automatic wool farm We'll also happen to, again, create as much wool as possible so we can use it for trading. While all this is going on, we're going to find the nether wart for potions. We're going to find the netherite so that we can, or the ancient debris so we can make some netherite armor, and then all building up to taking on the dragon. If there's other stuff we should add in first, let me know. I was going to head over to the village, but before we do, let's just catch 40 winks so we don't die on the way over there. The one issue with the way I'm using the monorail as villager transport at the moment is it does mean I have to travel over to the village the old-fashioned way, but it's not a huge loss. We can make it over there relatively quickly. And what you can see on the way over is another thing that I've been working on. I know I've done a lot of stuff off camera, but it's a lot of stuff that isn't particularly interesting to watch. It's been a lot of just fiddly little jobs that all needed doing at the same time. And I figured what is this, episode 17 now? We're at the point where we could do a bit of a catch-up episode, and that's effectively what this is. We've not got any one particular big project to do in this video. It's more of a catching up on all of the other stuff. And you can see one of the things I've been working on, it's not finished yet, is putting a wall around this village. And this wall, for a lot of the village, it's only 1 block high at the moment. It will eventually be 3 blocks high through the entire village. It goes around every house in the village, because I'm not abandoning the original trading village plan. What we will have to do is raise the monorail up so it kind of comes over the top and into the village. So the only way into the village will be via the monorail eventually. But then what I want to be doing is, rather than having each villager trapped in their house, put a bed and a job item in every house, have enough villagers to fill every house, but let them free and let them have free roam in here. So we'll have our villagers that we do the majority of our trading with basically in the back garden for convenience. Consider that our vending machine villagers, just nice and convenient. And over here, these are the luxury villagers. These are the ones who've earned their retirement through being around the longest. I mean, some of these people have been trapped in these houses for a long time. He's been trapped in there forever. But these aren't the ones that are going over into the trading village. It's the trading hall. It's easier to move them straight out of here into the trading hall. And if we have a little poke through this door, you'll see that we have a whole lot of villagers in there who are all ready and waiting in minecarts. What I've actually done in the meantime is turned the villager breeder off by just taking the beds away and blocking up the entrance. So these two, you are going to be back in action soon, because we're going to need to populate this entire village. But why have we got villagers on the roof? Well, they've got out, haven't they? They're having a lovely time up there. Okay. We don't need them. We've got enough in there in minecarts to populate the rest of the trading hall. I guess these two will eventually be amongst the first to benefit from the beds and job blocks being put down in houses. Have we got any job blocks? Should we put a couple of beds out for them just so they've got... You can sleep in here for now. Look, let's put a couple of beds down. Pop those two in here just so they've got somewhere to sleep. Because I feel a little bit harsh that they're just standing on top of that. I don't know why they're doing it. We'll put that one in there. This was originally the library, but it's now like a little bunkhouse for them. I don't know if they'll realise they're there. They're already on the move. They have realised. Excellent. Right. We need to move another villager. Now why is this? How many loose villagers have I got? Is this the same two? Or is there... I kind of want you two out of the way, if possible, please and thank you. In order to use this and to stop the villagers dying, do you want to go back in there? You only just got out of there. So they're all queued up, ready to leave. I have to remove quite a lot of track before making that happen, because otherwise they kind of smash into the door and die. They get crush damage on the door. I have to remove quite a few blocks each time I want to turn this off. But then we just need to separate off one villager. Send them on their way. Come on, off you go. I'll meet you there. Your new life begins now. You can finally get out of this place. And then we'll just block this back up again. And then these two, I mean, I don't know what they're up to. But we've already got the 5 villagers who are blocked in houses at the moment that were free. We've got the 2 who are in the villager breeder. We've got those 2 who, if they stay in here... I don't really know why they'd leave. It's not walled off yet, but there's not really any reason for them to leave. we're going to have close to a full population over here as well. So we're going to have 2 villages very, very close together, because my settlement is already now classed as a village, I think. Actually, it might not be. I don't think it's got enough beds in to be classed as a village yet, but we might put some beds down to make it into a village as well. I don't know if there's any advantage or disadvantage of doing it. I guess the big advantage of doing it, you can see we're catching up with Matey, who's still on his way over. The big advantage of doing it is that we could then take a raid and get hero of the village and get a discount off of the entire trading hall. But we're probably getting about 30 steps ahead of ourselves there with that plan. Right, he's in. So once they're in, it's pretty simple. You just pop them in there, pop a staircase down, and then he takes on his new job. So you are now a shepherd. We're probably going to change that trade because we want to trade white wolves. We've got white sheep. Then we very carefully remove the minecart without hitting him, and then really, really carefully remove the rail line without hitting him, because if we hit him, he's going to put his prices up. Put a piece of glass in so no zombies can get him from the back, but we can keep an eye on him. While we're around here, we're just going to extend the train line into the back of the next pod. You can see that the pods have got fences to stop the villagers mingling into the next pod. That's actually the one change I've made from the tutorial. I followed in the tutorial, the fence is only 1 high if you decide to follow this yourself. But what I find when the fence is only 1 high is when you bash their minecart to free them, they jump up on top of the fence post, but by having it too high, it stops that from happening, which is really handy. And we're then going to come around the front. We're just going to collect those minecarts and things back from him. You're the right guy, aren't you? Yeah. Did we get those back? I think we did. And then, because we don't want this trade, we want a white wool trade, because all our sheep are white. We then grab a fence post again, similar to what we did in one of the really early episodes with the mending villager. It's just a case of picking that back up so that he unpairs from it, because he's never traded before, so he's not married to his job yet. As soon as he does the first trade, he's then stuck on the job. But then you put this down. The reason I put the fence there is to stop him escaping. You can't actually talk to him again until the fence is gone. And now he's got black wool. So we're just going to keep doing this until we get the white wool that we want, because that's the one that we've got to trade. I mean, obviously we could change our sheep, but we've got all those sheep, so we might as well change the villager rather than changing the sheep with brown wool now. Come on now. How hard is it going to be to get you to want white wool? There you go, back to being the unemployed villager, and there we've got the white wool trade. So what we now do to get that confirmed in, because it's not confirmed until you've done your first trade. We learnt that earlier in the series. We just grab some white wool. We're going to grab as much as we've got, actually, because we might be able to level him up his first level, and at the very least we can get a whole bunch of emeralds. This is why we want an automatic wool farm, because it then is another route towards, what have I just done? It would then be another route towards giving us infinite emeralds, and infinite emeralds is really handy. So that's leveled him up. Just give him a minute to do his leveling up. He's now an apprentice, so we can now use emeralds to buy lime wool or light grey wool. We're not likely to do that other than to just level him up even further. One issue with this design is trying to get hold of the XP. You have to kind of get up on the stairs and get the XP to come through. But that's him in, and we're ready to grab the next one. I won't make you watch me grabbing each and every villager. I'll do that off camera now. We'll get that filled up. We'll get the trades locked in that we want as well, so we have a complete villager haul. What I do need to do is just dump the emeralds in there, just check on the process of my brick production. We're actually out of cobblestone, so we're going to have to do some more mining to be able to finish the wall, probably. I don't know, we might have enough. If there's a stack in each of these, we might actually just about have enough cobblestone. So if we just make those into bricks, we want the wall to be 3 high, because then nothing's going to get over it. Because what I'm thinking is that village is probably going to be a place where we take a lot of raids, because raids are good for getting loot and other cool stuff like the Totem of the Undying, as we saw. Was it last episode? I don't even remember when we did the raid. It was a recent episode. Spin off a couple of these bits as well, and I will continue on with finishing off the trading hall. But first, we're going to need to sleep again soon. In fact, we can probably get back to the village before we have to sleep. There's beds over there. We'll be fine. I want to get some work done on this wall before the sun goes down anyway. The next time we speak, trading hall will be complete. Right, trading village is complete. We managed to get another mending villager who's actually cheaper than the one that we've got in the village itself. And we've got these last two guys in as well. One thing we do need to do is get rid of all of this train line that's along here, because this can now go back to being a monorail that's going to allow me to move in and out of my village, or from my base to the village. I was moving so efficiently for a minute there. Here we go. My pickaxe is too efficient. Right, so then we need the powered one there. Yeah, and then we can put that back on there. We'll go and ride on that in a second, but first we're going to get rid of this eyesore as well. Don't need that anymore. I'm digging up my own lawn. Any more bits of loose rail? We don't need that out here anymore either. And you'd never know the railway line was here. Yes, you would. Get rid of that. Right, we're just going to put these bits away. Then we're going to head back over to the village, and there's bits we need to finish off there as well. So let's just pop all these away in here. We don't need any more rail lines. So, oh, look, I've got lots of beds. See, that's the next stage of the plan. The next stage of the plan involves beds and job blocks and things to finish off the wall. What we do need to do, talking and finishing things off, I think we are now ready to have this working again with these cows. So fingers crossed. If we jump up here, we should have a working cow crusher again. Certainly sounds like it's working. We'll just make sure we do it from all angles. I don't know, see, it's still not... did we start with a full stack? It still feels like it's not... The cows aren't moving very much. There's definitely water in the bottom. It's not working anywhere near as efficiently as the one that I use on my Twitch save, because I'm not getting any leather out of it at all. What are we doing wrong? Why are we only getting steak and not leather? Let me know down in the comments if you've got any ideas why that's still not working. For now, at least we have got some steak that we can eat, so we'll have a quick munch on that, and we're going to head back over to the village. We can now travel by fancy monorail again and see the sights. This is the first time we've been on this for ages. I hope it... Oh, this is going to take me all the way to the villager trader, isn't it? I've not actually run it in this direction. I think there's a few uphills. We might get stuck part of the way, but as long as we get into the village, that's fine. That's what we're aiming to do. And then we need to raise the walls to at least 3 all the way around, so nothing can get in, nothing can get out. I need to light the village up properly as well. I think it is pretty well lit already. I've not taken any of the original lighting out, and these villagers survived for a good long while after the save started. I've not been their protector the whole time. I think we're going to get stuck. Oh no, we managed to. We're going to make it all the way through. Awesome. We're going to bounce off this wall as well. So let's just no. Get rid of that. Right, we need to get rid of all this extra train line. I don't know why I rode it all the way here. I just wanted to see if it would work more than anything. Right, so where's my pickaxe? I'm going to put this back how it was initially, but what we are going to need to do is raise this platform up in here, similar to how it's raised at the base and at the nether, because it's going to have to go over the wall. But for now, if we pop that in there, do we have a piece of powered rail? Powered rail, please. Need that piece of powered rail, which can go in there. We'll pop that back there for now, because that's just going to get in the way. Right, we are just going to get this up, and all these. We need to find a spot to put the ender chest as well, so I can start getting stuff out of it. And then we're going to get all of these houses ready for people to live in. We're turning this back into a real village again. Repopulation with Kev. You thought I was just being a monster with the villager breeder. Oh no, it turns out this village is going to be better than it was when we arrived. I'm sure the people who have been trapped in their houses for 3 years would agree with you. They're loving it. Right, let's get all that sorted as well. Do we take that? Oh, right. I am going to... They're making babies still up there. Why are you in... We're still breeding villagers. Fair enough. I guess that's not a bad thing. We do still need some. I did turn it back on. I thought it wouldn't work because I thought the loose villagers would pair to the beds and stop them working, but obviously that is not what's happening. Right, if we put the ender chest over here, because I still don't have silk touch, so I'm not going to be able to move it once I put it down, but this is roughly where the train station is going to be, so it's something we can then go to as soon as we arrive. So first thing we need to do, make sure every house has got a bed. So we did take a lot of the beds out. Oh, see, this has already got a job block in as well, but it can have a bed in here as well. Whoever it is who ends up with that job can sleep in here too. They'll be fine. Right, so we've got bed. This house got a bed. That house already has a bed. See, a lot of these beds aren't being claimed because obviously we've got nowhere near enough villagers. We're going to fix that problem. You already have a bed. We'll let you free shortly. Is there a bed in here? I might have really overestimated the amount of beds I needed to make. We might put 2 in here because it's a little bit bigger. So you can have a bed and a bed. There's already someone in that one. There's already someone in this one. I think there's already a bed in this one at the end, but we might make it a double so we can fit more villagers in. It's a slightly bigger house. Oh, there's no bed in here. In fact, you can see this one was set up ready to be a prison, but never actually got turned into one. So that's... I say prison. I meant wonderful place for villagers to live. So this can be... Where did that go? We've lost a piece of floor. This will never do. Right, that can go in there. So that's now a double. If we get rid of all the... Once all these beds are down, we've then got enough beds for there to be 1 villager for every profession. That's the idea. Right, this whole building will be removed eventually and turned back into the farm that it was before. We've got a villager living in there. Do we have anyone in this one? I think I've put a bed in here. No, so this can have a double bed as well. Let's pop one. In fact, I don't think we're going to fit a double in here. We'll just stick it there and we'll put a job block in there. Right, we have put some beds in here. We put them in earlier in the episode, didn't we? So that's fine. We might turn that back into the library. We can go and grab some bookcases again. There's another villager who's appeared in there. Oh, this is going really rather well. One thing I did notice when I was wandering around earlier as well, the wrong side of the wall has been an iron golem spawn because we're starting to repopulate the village again. I think it's the other side of here. I don't know if he's still going to be down there. Down in this hole, I think it was. Somewhere around here. There's an iron golem. There he is. An iron golem, a fox, and a cow. I mean, they're the best of friends, the 3 of them. They're loving life in there. Right, is there a bed in this house? No, there's about to be. This can take a double, that's for sure. You can go there, and then we've got 2 more houses on the end. We definitely need to raise the wall up back here. This can also take a double. Oh, that's going to be that. We perhaps don't need a double. Someone can have something spacious. Yeah, because this is another one of these little ones. So we'll put 1 bed in there. I mean, we can always get some more beds. But for now, this will be fine. Right. That wall in the right place? It is. What I also need to do before we let the villagers completely loose is make sure any little areas like this that are potentially going to lead them into trouble, we don't need stuff like that. We don't need them. Villagers are stupid. This is why I've been doing what's best for them for so long and holding them hostage, keeping them prisoner. But I don't think there's any other little sneaky routes into underground areas in here. I think I've already given it a couple of passes to make sure that everything is nicely locked down. So what I'm going to do now, is a cave? That's a cave there by the looks of it. Yeah, we want no part of this. We should probably light that up. we actually got a proper cave under here? Okay, this is going to need lighting up. Any baddies down here? Yeah, I think we've lit that up enough. But we don't really have enough blocks. I was just going to block it off completely. But I think that would do for now. We'll just block off the entrance. Is it turning into nighttime, or is it just not lit up enough here? Both. Are we inside or outside? Right, there's loads of beds. I can sleep in one of these beds in here. No, there's a donkey. Right. Pick a house. There's beds everywhere now. I'll sleep here. Lovely stuff. Right. I am going to raise the wall up to 3 all the way around. I'm going to raise the monorail platform so that we can seal the wall off completely. And then we're going to let the villagers free. Scary, scary business. We've even got bees in here. Absolutely perfect. Well, much fiddling later, I think we're ready to let the villagers free. We've raised up the platform, so the platform now comes over the top of the new wall. We've only gone 2 blocks high at the moment, so I've just gone around and removed any particularly high bits of dirt all the way around. I think we'll probably add a 3rd layer to that just to make sure it's completely secure, but I don't think there's any way in or out over that wall anywhere around this village unless someone can jump 3 blocks high. So that's the little platform that we've got here, little staircase leading down into the village, and then every house has got a bed and a job in it. We obviously don't have enough villagers to fill all the beds and the jobs yet. I've moved the bed out of this one actually, but there's 2 jobs in here. Obviously it's going to take a little bit of time for the villagers to fully explore, find the job that they're going to want to do, but I think they are now all secure in, so I think we can just let them out. We're going to completely destroy the villager breeder because I don't think we need it anymore. I think we've probably got sufficient villagers. I think the villagers that we've got and the beds that we've got and the farming setup that we've got means that even without the villager breeder setup as it is, it's basically one big villager breeder, the whole village, until we've filled all of the beds that are in here, and we're a long way from that. And there are as many beds as there are jobs, and there's enough jobs for every single villager to have one. We're just gonna sleep, and then we're gonna destroy the villager breeder, let those 2 free as well, and then really just let these villagers do their own thing and do whatever they want. So I guess we're going to destroy this big building because we built this. It's no longer required. You lot can just come out if you want. You can come out. You don't need to be in there anymore. You can just come out. You're free. But we're getting rid of this. You are free. You lot, go mingle. Do what you want. Take a job. You 2 up here. Guess what? I mean, who'd have thought? But I'm actually letting you free. You thought you were going to be stuck in here forever. What must you think of me? There you go. You're free. Go do what you want. Go live what you want. Live your life. The villagers are free, everybody. Obviously, I've still got a little bit of fiddling to do. I've got to take down some of the whole structure around the villager breeder. I'm going to put a little bit more farmland back in again, the way we've got the farmland here, just to make sure that they have got the capacity to continue growing their own stuff, so that I don't basically just leave them to be completely self-sufficient. They can breed their way up to maximum population for the number of beds and the number of jobs that they've got, and I can pop in every now and again, see how they're getting on, see if there's any really interesting trades. Whenever I decide to do a raid, I can bring it here because we've now got a wall to defend. So I can just use this area to farm totems of the Undying and all the loot you get from raids as well. Job is done. After asking you what we should do when it comes to villager trading, through about probably 10 hours of off-camera work, it's been ridiculous. It's been fun, but it's been ridiculous. We've done both. We've got the village where the villagers are completely free to do what they want to do. And over there, we have our trading hall. Best of both worlds. If you've enjoyed that video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Like I say, a huge amount of work has gone into this one. I would really appreciate a little bit of extra support this time. Even if you want one of those who doesn't normally leave a thumbs up, maybe today's the day. A lot of work's gone into this one. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And thank you very much for watching.